What is up, guys? My name is Derek Beaver, and in this video I'm going to explain to you guys the best countries to solo travel to in the entire world, and this list is especially for those who have yet to solo travel and are just starting. Now, the fifth country that you have to visit, especially if you're solo traveling for the very first time, is the country of Thailand. Thailand is an incredible country for those who are yet to solo travel or have been solo traveling for a long time. It's an incredible country, rich with culture, the people are incredible, and the beaches are even better. Now, a huge reason why Thailand makes this list is because of the amount of young people that visit this country every single year. And because so many young people visit this country, there are a ton of options for hostels that meet and cater to your needs all around the country. And the reason why this is really cool is because it gives you the opportunity to meet people, whether from your country, wherever you're from, or from other countries all around the world, and be able to just hang out with them and get to know them. Not only this, but this country is very, very affordable. While it can be a little bit more expensive to actually get to because those flights tend to be longer, especially from America, Canada, and the United Kingdom, it's very affordable once you get into country. The food is very affordable, the accommodation, as well as sightseeing. You can go island hopping for $30, $40, and it's not going to break the bank, and you're going to be able to visit more of the country and see more sights. Now, the fourth country on this list is Mexico. Now, the reason why Mexico makes this list is because the majority of my subscribers are from America and Canada, and it's very close and it's very affordable to actually get into the country of Mexico. Now, another reason why this country is on this list is because it's actually relatively safe. Now, despite what the media says about it being unsafe, it's like that everywhere in the world. No matter where you go, there are places you're going to want to stay out of just because they're relatively unsafe. And Mexico is no different. But if you stay to the touristy parts of the country, odds are you're going to be okay, especially if you follow my 5 tips that I talked about in my previous video that I posted on Monday. Now, although Mexico is a little bit more expensive than Thailand inside of the country, you save that money getting to the country of Mexico. And not only that, there's not a huge culture shock when you get into Mexico, at least for myself. Now, if you've never traveled outside of the country before, you will probably have a little bit of culture shock coming into Mexico. But if you've traveled around a lot, especially if you've solo traveled or gone anywhere overseas, odds are when you land in Mexico, it's not going to really feel like you're in a different country. You're just going to feel like you're in the southern part of the United States, which is another reason why it's on this list, because it's very easy to get used to and become comfortable within that country, especially if you're doing it for the first time. Now, before I get into countries 3, 2, and 1, make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you're enjoying this video so far, hit the like button, and turn on those post notifications. Now, country number 3 on this list on countries that you need to solo travel to, especially if you're doing it for the first time, is the country of France. Now, the reason why France makes this list is because, again, there's not a huge culture shock going into this country. It's very westernized because we know it's part of the West, and so if you're from that America, Canada, UK, or Australia, there's not that huge culture shock. Now, yes, the language is different, but as long as you learn a little bit of French and just the basics of French, you're not going to have that big of an issue, especially if you're staying in the touristy parts of France. Not only this, but France is also relatively safe. It's a great country to start your solo travels with, and the transportation there, the public transportation, is absolutely phenomenal. You can get all throughout France for very affordably, France to different countries in Europe for very affordably, and it's a big reason why this country specifically makes this list. Now, country number 2 on this list of countries that you have to solo travel to, especially if it's your first time, is the country of Italy. Now, the reason why Italy makes this list, and especially so high on this list, is because they have everything you could ever desire in a travel destination. They have incredible architecture, the history is phenomenal, the food is even better, and the beaches are absolutely incredible all around the country. Not only this, but there are so many young people that travel to Italy, especially those who are solo traveling, and so it's a great way to meet people, and their hostel life is very lively. They have a lot of different hostel options that meet everyone's personal desires and wants, and so as long as you do your research beforehand, you'll find that hostel that you enjoy, and you're gonna meet a lot of people that are like-minded just like you. Now, one thing that you have to do before you get into Italy, and really any country that you're going to, is do your research on the type of scams and things you need to look out for when you're in that country. Now, Italy specifically, they do have a problem with pickpocketers, so make sure your stuff is close to you or even like under a shirt or something like that. And also they have people that hand out these bracelets. They'll tell you it's free or different souvenirs, and a lot of times we take it because we hear free and we're like, oh, well, thank you. And they'll walk away for a little bit, but then you'll notice they'll come back to you, and this tends to be in the touristy areas, you know, Trevi Fountain, things like that. And they'll start asking you for money for a gift, they say. And although you don't have to give them a gift, they're gonna kind of pester you until you do. So the best thing to do in those situations is just avoid it. Don't take the bracelet, say thank you, but just kind of walk away and avoid that whole awkward situation. Now, before I share with you the number one country on this list, I do want to share some close countries that almost made the cut, but didn't quite for this first video. Now, the countries are the United States of America, and obviously it's a huge country, there's so many things to do, and that is why it almost made the list. The second one is Iceland. Iceland's incredible. Road trip around Iceland, it's an incredible place to solo travel, but it didn't quite make the list this time. Maybe it'll make the list next time I make it. And the third country that almost made this list was Germany. Germany is a great country to solo travel to, and I would highly recommend it, but it didn't quite make the cut for the top 5 countries to solo travel to. Now, the number one country that you have to solo travel to, especially if you're doing it for the very first time, is the country of Spain. Now, the reason why Spain is number one on this list is because of the Camino de Santiago. Now, basically what this is it's a hike, or you can bike it, you can walk it, all these different things, but it is extremely long, but so many people do it, and it is a huge bucket list item for people all around the world. Now, what makes this great for solo travelers is there's a ton of hostels and bed and breakfasts along the way that you can stay, and also you kind of get to go at your own pace. Because everyone's pace on different walks, trails, hikes, things like that are always going to be different, so doing something like this by yourself can actually be super beneficial, and you can meet a lot of people along the way and have incredible opportunities as well. Now, not only this, but Spain can be relatively affordable. Although there are very expensive places and expensive things to do, if you know where to look, you can find things that are affordable and within anyone's budget. And again, like most of the countries on this list, except for Thailand, there's not a huge culture shock. You're still in the West, you feel comfortable, and it's a great place to start your solo travel journeys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you found anything in this video that was helpful in any way, shape, or form, make sure that you hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you can see when I'm posting and what I'm posting whenever I do post it. Now again, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.